I started off drawing from imagination, stuff like this, and about 6 months later, I was able to draw stuff from imagination like this, and make up these guys. And I think a lot of that came from practicing meat cubes or putting any kind of objects on a cube. That really helped me understand perspective and 3D elements a lot. You can do a lot with changing a cube into a shape, and that's a lot of my process, is wrapping things around 3D objects. I'm able to do really good photocopies as well. If I'm just looking at an image, this is from Gotcha Kuta. Stuff like that. They have really thick clothing and whatnot. It's kind of bad. But how I practice is I have a lot of random sketches just to see how I like to draw lines or a specific technique. And then eventually, if I keep flipping, I'll come across a full page drawing that I'm happy with. Here's some good perspective. But it's a lot of drawing whatever's on screen or what comes by. And I'm able to make this race of people now. They got like horns, and I use their horns as like hair. It's a lot of bad pages is how I practice until eventually really bad pages until I hit ones like this where I have a full creative creative brain working 100%. But it takes a lot of practice pages until I'm ready to do a full piece. Doing a lot of these practice textures. Here's a full dragon, like a full piece. But it takes a lot of the garbage pages of practicing nothing until I come across something I like. And that's how I practice. I just go page by page. This whole book is dedicated to, all of these are dedicated to just whatever I feel like drawing. Each day there's no particular purpose. If I know I'm drawing bad, I'm just not in the right mood and I'll walk away. And I think that's very important to make sure you never burn out. You're just practicing like a cake texture, armor texture. And it's always a work in progress until you flip the page and one of them turns out. Ribbons. I used to hate doing brains, and now I'm an expert at doing these. Here's a mushroom people. I really like getting the bulbous look. Like, here's a full piece I'm proud of. Cute mushroom guy with a mushroom home. More practice pages. And if you keep flipping, you'll get to something nice. Practice page, practice page. Whole lot of nothing. Now here's a nice one. Here's more of the horn people. I'm just calling them Malgrim for now, just so I have a name for them. This is all from imagination. This guy I drew from imagination. I was very proud of him. Did a fun down angle shot. Kind of a selfie sky shot of him. I tried to do horse legs. And when I fail at that, I go back to something I'm more familiar with. If I practice something new like horse legs and it doesn't turn out, then I go back to stuff like this that I really like. The voluminous mass kind of drawings I can do. Awful. Horrifying. This cute little goggles guy was some fun perspective. I like trying to get some mass going or some kind of voluminous 3D simple shapes sticking out of people. And I'm trying to get better at that, so I can add cool armor or some thick mass to some creatures. So this is what my sketchbooks look like. It's a lot of nonsense doodles until I figure something out I really enjoy. Here is Super Boo. Elongated his mouth a bit more than usual. Here's Gotcha Kuta clothing. It's always very thick and voluminous. I can do these brain melty textures really well. 5-point perspective. Here's a cool piece that might be more magic related. It's kind of like a electric Tesla coil with some lightning and hands reaching down. Some kind of cool architecture in the background that looks sciencey with orbs, because why not? And I guess the last thing I have to show is some backgrounds I made. I made this from imagination. It's like the Lord of the Rings castle, but I didn't feel like putting all the detail into it. I never spend, I try to never spend more than an hour on any particular page. Here's a Soul Eater, kind of a Halloween town thing. I like the way they animate and put a lot of crazy perspectives in a Soul Eater. Some sinking cities. A red room. It's a falling sky of sorts, some kind of meat sky. You never know what you might come across. Here's some cool stairways I did. I think I used a reference for this one. Some cute Namekian ball houses. Here's an Akira landscape from like the Akira movie. Here's how you'd start it, but there's no way I'd want to finish this. But at least I kind of know the size distance of what I do for buildings for a full landscape. Here's a bridge to the moon. It's like a voluminous kind of rotating staircase to like a small village. Some nothing landscapes. Here's a kind of like another meat sky landscape. Some kind of trench. Cool skull. Here's kind of the practice faces I can make now, opposed to where I started. I like making their faces 3D. Then here's where I try to get into a bunch of Pokemon I tried to make up. They look like gum, basically. It's a good eye right there. I made up this landscape. Dragons should never have hair, never try that. It never turns out well. They're trying to put them in an oven, because why not? This is a reference to some person's painting I saw. I can't exactly remember who it was. Some One Piece Nico Robin losing at a card game. It's very sad. Only at a 100 defense monster. This I'm very proud of. I think I'll probably end it here. Made this from imagination. It's also really good practicing cylinders if you make a big castle by yourself. And I think if I did a fantasy libraries, it'd look like this, kind of like a big jelly bean with a wizard hat. And there's it from a distance. Oh, and McDonald's. Alright, I'll end it there, so thanks for watching. See you.